Good morning, and good morning, live streamers. Thank you, Randy, for the nice introduction. I gave you a whole list of more things to say. Oh, wow. Reverend Sandy will be back next week. She's recovering from a medical procedure that was minor, and she's doing well. So, Reverend Sandy, good morning. I know she's watching. And thank you, Reverend Sage, for reminding us of evolution, because we are here in an evolutionary process. We're moving in consciousness to really embrace new ideas, new ways of being, and new understanding. So this month, our theme is the mystics, and today's title is Unveiling the Mystery. But I wanted to start with the definition of mystics so we're all on the same page when we're listening to this. So the definition of a mystic is someone who seeks a direct, intimate experience with the divine or ultimate reality through meditation, prayer, and contemplation. Mystics report experiences with the divine, or they enter into states of higher consciousness. So with that, I Googled a list of modern day mystics, and the name Eckhart Tolle, Deepak Chopra, and members of the InSpirit community in OC came up on Google. All right. That's you, and that's me. And I think Reverend Sage set the stage for what that means. So this morning I want to talk about the process that we're in, present-day mystics and the power that we have. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's not enough of. But it's here, it's where we are, and we can activate it. And this is our work together. This is why we come together as a community. This is why we do the practices of meditation and prayer and contemplation. So we can bring forth something that is already here. It's not mysterious, or it is mysterious until you know that it's here. So let me talk about this morning what mystics do. They do unveiling, they do affirming, and they do declaring. And in their unveiling, in religious and mystical terms, a veil symbolizes the idea of concealment or mystery, suggesting, this is the suggestion, that there are deeper truths beyond what is immediately apparent. Just think about what is immediately apparent. When you look at the world, these are days that are challenging. A mystic sees something beyond what is immediately apparent and goes deeper. Veils also indicate a shift in consciousness. Think of the bride. She walks down with the veil, or she used to walk down with the veil. And then when she is marrying, she lifts the veil symbolically as shifting from a single person to a married person. And it is a new state of consciousness she's entering into, a new life. So unveiling, our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, he truly was a modern day mystic that looked beyond what was immediately apparent and shifted consciousness. And his teaching was so accessible. He said, change your thinking, change your life. How many times have we heard it? Change your thinking, change your life. And in the evolution of our spiritual understanding, he moved us from the idea that experiences were either God's punishment or God's favor. We evolved out of that idea of a God that's up there just waiting for us to do something. I'm going to get you on this one. And we trembled. And we did sacrifices, and we did all kinds of rituals to bring the favor, to try to connect. And as we evolved out of that and we came into the understanding of a mind and a brain and how thoughts work, something new came onto the horizon, something that we have the benefit of. And in our evolutionary process, those who come after us will go deeper and have the benefit of the work and the actions we do right now. So Ernest Holmes really was a mystic in the sense he knew that the presence of God was right where we are, right here in this moment. And he took the mystery out of it and he said that there is one life, that he said in the beginning God and all things came from God and all things live and move and have their being in God. We're not separate. So God is here. So he started shifting. I like to talk about the consciousness, the tools of consciousness, like a tire iron when you're changing your tire. There are tools that allow you, when you're getting flat, to turn that tire so it puffs up again and you can be on the road. And that's what we're doing in consciousness when we understand that there is one life. That life is God. That life is your life right now. Now, that's bodacious. It's quite bodacious. And it can sound so crazy. Because if you tell somebody, my life is God's life, and your car's breaking down, your kids are going crazy, you're flipping out, they're like, what the heck is she talking about? It's hard to grasp. But Ernest Holmes simplifies it because it's really a deep concept. It's a mystery being unveiled. And he says that I'm not all of God. We're not all of God, but all of God is within us and where we are. It's a shift. All of God, the power, the presence, the very life, all of it, because God is not divisive, it's not divided. God is wholeness itself, and that wholeness is right where we are in this moment. So that concept of all of God where we are, well, that's very big and very mystical, but he was so practical that if that's the case, why does the world need love, sweet love? Because we have not shifted in our understanding. We are still telling the stories of separation. There's a them, there's a this, there's a that. There is something that looks separate from us, and we feel separate from the divine. So he says that if we start thinking differently about who we are, then we are unveiling the mystery. So start to think differently about who you are. You are here by divine appointment. God needs you to express itself as you. As you. You are a person of spirit. You're a person of power. You are a mystic. You should be in Google. Honestly, this is true. There are so many mystics today. You know, when Ernest Holmes started, there wasn't meditation. No one was wearing yoga pants. It was a different world, honestly. But today, these things are in mainstream because consciousness has shifted. People are awakening to a divine idea. Now, in that idea, the second part is not only unveiling, but affirming. And Ernest Holmes said it so beautifully, and we've been so blessed with his teachings. He says the highest God and the innermost God are one. And this gives us a pathway to the divine. The highest God and the innermost God are one. This is why we do the practice on Sundays of meditation. That's why we have prayer. That's why we have contemplation. That's why we'll have the healing wall today. That understanding that we cannot be separate from God, that there is no way it can happen. that the very life we live is that life. And in affirming our oneness, what we do is we affirm our goodness. So I just say this for any place in your own life where you're feeling not good enough, not this enough, not rich enough, not the kind enough, or I don't have enough, the enoughness issue. How is it that we move through this and become modern day mystics? Everything we need is right here. Everything is provided. When we're affirming, we're saying that even in the unseen, it's still available. So if you are struggling with something, it's in the unseen. God contains all things. If it's your health, your relationship, your finances, it might not be showing up today, but it's here. It's in the unseen, waiting for it to come forward and to be revealed. It's such a powerful, really a powerful understanding when we travel on this road. When this week I was in Seattle with my family, and I was coming home on a late night flight that was direct from Seattle to Orange County. And the flight was a little late. Paul was waiting to pick me up. And so I was just anxious and nervous on the flight, and so must have been a little baby, because all of a sudden, like 3 aisles down, and you could feel the tension on the plane. Oh my God, everybody thought they were going to sleep their way home, but the baby did not stop. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I was thinking I was going to sleep. And the person next to me rolled their eyes and said, oh, I can't believe it. So I forgot who I was. I forgot that I had the ability to send love and to bless and to send peace to that mom and baby. As a mom, how many times has that happened to me, right? For a moment I forgot, and then I remembered, and I just sat there and got myself centered as a modern day mystic and sent love and sent peace. Then I started fantasizing, I wish I was a flight attendant. I would take the microphone and say, let's take a breath, and let's send love and peace to this mom and baby. And what if we all had done that? Can you imagine? The mom could have relaxed because she was feeling total stress, and the baby could feel the stress, and everything would have worked out. If we had unveiled the mystery and spoke out loud what we could have done, what we can do when we're watching the news, or when someone's having a breakdown, or things are falling apart, there is something we can do. And that can do is to allow ourselves to know that power, that presence, that is love, that is goodness, that is grace itself, wants to come forth as you. We're not powerless. When something is a mystery, you feel powerless because you feel you don't know it, you don't know what to do with it, it feels unknown. This is not unknown anymore. Really, it's not unknown. We are here by divine appointment to bring forth the grace and the goodness of God. Today is Prayer Wall Sunday, and that's a day where this activity gets to be declared here. So there is the unveiling, the affirming, and the declaring. We declare our intention today. We declare our independence from thoughts that separate us from the good and from each other. So I feel like it's the Declaration of Independence. It's very liberating because we're moving in a way when we come up today that allows us to change our thinking, change our life. Our healers up front hold for you whatever it is. Think about it for a moment that you might want to change. What's in your life right now that needs adjusting, that needs some tweaking, that needs some turning so the tire pops up again and you can get back on the road? and just present it, not the whole story, and just let that person affirm and see and know what I could have known for the mom with the baby. All is well. Love is here. Peace is here. God is here. You know, Ernest Holmes, if you really want to understand the mystical in Ernest Holmes, oh my gosh, I still have these. I was up in Seattle with these glasses, and it's overcast. And I knew I was from California because I had lipstick on. I didn't have Gore-Tex. I was wearing wool pants. And I was in the middle of Edmonds, Washington, overcast, going, where is it? Where is it? And that's how it is in life. Sometimes we're asking about, we prayed for this. Where is it? Where is it? It's there. It's truly there. But we open our consciousness to receive it. That's the work of a modern day mystic. It's not to wonder what God is or where God is. God is here. The work of a modern day mystic is to receive the good that we have already for us. Ernest Holmes said, the unfoldment of consciousness has arrived at the place where individuality can realize its own divinity. We are waking to the recognition of this. The God-intended person is a divine center of God consciousness on the pathway of experience for the purpose of evolving a definite individuality. But it is only as we work in conscious cooperation with the universal that we awaken to this reality. It is only as we understand nature and comply with her laws that we can ever hope to use them. The law is one of freedom and not bondage. Behind all, there is a great urge trying to express through every medium. Why not allow it to express through us? This is a great book. If you're looking, Can We Talk to God by Ernest Holmes? The answer is yes. And God talks to us. So today, before I call up the healers, I ask you to just think about what it is that you're wanting to exchange and have happen in your life. And then let the veil lift and have an affirming and a declaring experience. Let it be known that you are willing to receive the good that God has for you. So I'm going to call up the healers in the front, if you will. Thank you, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. So just know right now that as you prepare to receive the good that is yours, the good that you are declaring, that's on the unseen side but ready to come forth, I just invite you to open your heart to the receptivity of the divine, to be that modern day mystic in operation, in unfoldment, and just receive the blessing of today. So when you're ready, please come up and see one of the healers. So we accept right now that something wonderful has happened, that we have moved in consciousness to the place of accepting our good, our God. We know ourselves to be the light of the world. We know ourselves to be modern day mystics, truly awake and aware that we can bless the world, bring forth love, bring forth grace, bring forth goodness, compassion, and joy. So we close this circle knowing and experiencing our oneness, that we are a community of love, that is joined together in our healing and in the evolutionary process of that 2,500-year-old prayer, Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done on earth through me as it is in heaven. And so it is. Thank you so much.